Well, welcome everybody to this month in academics B-roll. This is a series that we're going to put together where we would invite you as folks watching our videos to get to know our team, who we are, where we're from, our stories, all that good stuff. So my guest today is none other than Gabriel Maldonado. Gabe, you are a student at BMCC majoring in business, and he's looking to complete his associate's and go to university where he'll study finance. Gabriel was born in Connecticut and moved to Brooklyn 4 years ago. Gabe, how you doing?
Doing good, Eric. Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. It's Tuesday. It's a beautiful day. I really can't complain. So, I want to start off our conversation today by asking a question that sort of personal, but let's just go there. So you and I have something in common, and that is our love for tattoos. We both have several tattoos. We've talked plenty of times about our tattoos. And I want to ask you, do you have a particular tattoo on your body that holds special significance to you? And if so, what is it?
Yeah, so one of my first tattoos is a little one that I have on my hand, and it's done with a triangle. If you could
Yeah,
see
yeah, I
it,
can see it. Uh-huh.
it's like a triangle and a circle inside. And at the time, I wanted to mean the ups and downs are make us who we are. So the ups and downs of the triangle and like the circle of the center is supposed to be me. And that's just like a little mantra that I hold like very special to myself because I've just been through a lot of things throughout my life, and I just always try to stay true to who I am and just like go about my life just this is my life, I have to enjoy it. And it's just a very very special one that I always look at every single day.
I love that. And it's at a good place in your body where you'll see it, regularly
Yeah.
every time you wash your hands or whatever, which we do a lot in the COVID world. So that's awesome. Very cool. So you mentioned, the trials you've gone through, ups and downs. That's part of life. But you
Mhm.
said you want to make sure that you always remember your values. What is it that you care about as a person? So what are those things, Gabe? What are the things that you're like, these are my anchors in my life?
Yeah, so one of my biggest things is trying to, it's going to sound a little cheesy, but living life without regrets and just trying to experience the most I can out of every moment and just taking it day by day. And it's like, hey, what can I do today that I would look back and just like, hey, that was a very good day. And just trying to take advantage of every single possibility that I can. Um, and that's how I've just been living every single day of my life.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's one of the things that I really appreciate about you. You're definitely a person who grabs life by the horns. And if if something comes up, you're the first one to raise their hand and say, yeah, I'll do that. I'll take that. Don't worry about it, which is something I appreciate about you. And of course, joining Year Up was an opportunity that you saw and that you're pursuing. What were you doing prior to joining Year Up, Gabe?
Yeah, so prior to Europe, I spent about 6 years in the culinary industry.
Okay.
So I actually moved to Brooklyn to go to culinary school in Soho. I went to ICC, and so I'm still very, very passionate about school. About food, cooking, and everything. And but then when COVID hit, it just kind of like shook my world up like everybody else.
Hmm.
And so back when COVID happened, I had to start school again. I started the first semester, and then Europe came into my email. I'm just like, whoa, like this is a great opportunity. Let me just take advantage of it.
Awesome. I love that. I love that. So you probably get asked this question all the time, and you probably hate getting asked this question. I'll just get some quick context. Like I love to read,
Mhm.
but I hate when people ask me what's your favorite book. I'm like, well, that's really hard to narrow down. How about I tell you my favorite authors? Because that's a little bit more broad. So I'm not going
Mhm.
to ask you what's your favorite dish to cook because that's probably a question you hate. But do you have a cuisine that you particularly enjoy preparing?
Yes. So I love, love, love Mexican food. I feel
Mm.
like Mexican food, their culture is so rich, so old. They have like such a diverse flavor profile and like foods that they have. And I love it so much that I actually took the opportunity to move to Mexico for 6 7 months and cook there. I cooked at a restaurant in Mexico City. I love 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 Mexican food so much. Just so I can answer actually what's my favorite dish. I love tacos. Just like simply as I love 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 tacos.
Oh yeah, great answer. I'm getting hungry for a taco right now just talking about it. I love it. So you're in Mexico City. Wow, you've been a well-traveled person for, so far in life. That's amazing. Very cool. So you're probably full of fun facts and interesting things, but what's something about you that perhaps your colleagues or the staff at Europe don't know?
Yeah, so a fun fact that people don't know about me. Um, I love to garden.
Mm.
So you might see it like related to me being like a cook and everything, but I love to garden. I used to have at my old apartment a little garden, and I was so sad when I had to leave it behind. But every other day, every other week, I passed by it, and I had an okra plant, and it's now like 6 feet tall. But yeah,
Wow.
I just love to garden too.
That is so cool. Wow. So sounds like a really beautiful experience. And there is something special about being connected to the earth, isn't it?
Mm,
And just like having, your fingernails in the dirt and just working the ground, and it just is a reminder of our humanity.
yeah.
I love that. Very cool. So this video will be watched by students, by staff, by donors, by folks within the Europe ecosystem that want to learn about what we're doing. I know you can't have a cup of coffee or a taco with every single one of them, even though I'm sure you'd love to. But if you could like sit down with a person and just share in a few minutes like what Europe has meant to you, what's looked like for your career journey, I think that would be really cool to hear.
Yeah, so I honestly did not expect much going into Europe. I just thought it was another organization that helped with placement and everything. But like little by little, I started to open my eyes to actually what was going on. And it's just a beautiful thing. I've built friendships and relations with almost every single person at LC. And it's just beautiful to see the different types of backgrounds that we come from
Mhm.
and just see like that we're at the end of the day, we're all like come together and united for like the kind of like the same cause.
Mhm.
And the staff is just remarkable. Like they're so supportive, so understanding, and they just genuinely out of all the organizations I've been a part of and all the like different programs and like groups I've been a part of, Europe genuinely cares about their students, which is just a heartwarming and just so amazing thing to know.
Awesome. Awesome. Love that. Last question, and thank you so much for your time. I know you have a lot going on. 2 to 4 years, where's Gabriel going to be? What's he going to be doing?
So I'm going to be graduating from university with a bachelor's in finance, and hopefully I'd have a really good job by then. And I want to travel to at least one other country. Hopefully, cross my fingers because of COVID and everything. But like I'm an avid traveler, so hopefully I'd have another country under my belt. But I just really want to just be really in my hands and a little, deep into my career at that point.
Awesome. Awesome. I know I said last question, but I'm enjoying this conversation. So one more question. Where's that one country going to be? Do you have one in mind where you're like, oh, I'm really itching to go here?
You know what? I've never been to Europe before, and Germany's been calling my name for a while now. Germany, specifically Berlin. I just love the scenery. I've seen so many movies of Berlin, and it just holds, I don't know, so much history there. And I just would love to go to Germany. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I asked because I have some cousins living in Germany and in Berlin.
Oh
So
wow.
I'm gonna hook you guys up. So when COVID's over, you can go over there. You already have a place to stay because that's one thing about German culture. If you're a friend of a friend or a friend of a relative, like you can't stay in a hotel. You have to stay at their apartment. So
That's fantastic.
we'll take care of you. Don't worry about that.
Thank you, Eric.
Awesome, Gabriel. Well, thank you so much for the time. Thanks for being on the AV team. Really enjoyed working with you and do enjoy working with you and excited for future projects together.
Thank you for having me, Eric. Pleasure to be here.
Take care. Bye.